Hello everyone, this is Lindsay. I want to welcome you back to my channel, and we have a few journals to look at today and a couple of digitals. We have some great content today. I hope that you will stay subscribed, give this video a thumbs up. So in my marketplace section of my website where I sell journals made by other artists, today we have some journals by Emily, and we have 4 journals that she made. The covers are gorgeous. And so these are from Emily. We are not yet into our challenge 1 journals because if you are a member of my Facebook group, Nevermore Creations, Junk Journals and Friends, you would have seen the post that as I cataloged all of our boxes for group 1 challenge, I found a few extra boxes from last year that were in there, so they would need to get shown first, and Emily's box was one. So I know that you're going to love these. The covers are gorgeous. Before I show you inside those journals, I want to show you 2 pages here of some digitals. And these are a small sampling of my March exclusive image club. Many of you purchased my February one. The theme was pinks, reds, lace, and romance. And I had so much fun creating it. I even used some of the digitals that I curated into that collection in some of my other digitals. I always have 2 folders in these exclusive clubs, or not always. I will always. This is only my 2nd month. But I have one where it's digital design use allowed, and then commercial handmade, no digital design use allowed. That way you know what you can do with the images. I would like to update my other image clubs in a similar way so that those of you who are designers will be able to get more out of the clubs. Right now they're all just commercial handmade except for Vintage Image Club, which is also digital use allowed. So March is the theme is green springtime. This is a journal page that I created, and this kind of speaks to the theme, the beautiful colors and of springtime. You're going to see a lot of nature, and then you're going to see greens, and that's kind of what you can expect. This is a journal page, and then these are some of the images, and there'll be many more. By the end of March, there'll be over 100 images, and you can only purchase this club in the month of March. There is a chance at the end of 2021, I will offer for a limited time, maybe around Christmas and New Year's, I may offer all of the year-long, like a 2021 image club. I may do something like that. I have not totally decided on that yet, but for all practical purposes, you will not be able to get the March Image Club after March 31st, so make sure you sign up now. And if you sign up now, you get to watch all the images added to it throughout the month. So these are some, these little cute donkeys. It says Springtime Pals. Now, I printed these 9 to a page, but you could print them smaller, you could print them bigger. It's up to you. I loved this image. This is actually from a vintage magazine cover front, and I just thought it was so cute. I love this. Now, this isn't nature, but she's dressed in green, and it says, "I know a maiden fair to see," and that's from Longfellow. I just enhanced it to bring out the colors a little bit more. The image was a little more muted, so I just worked on that image a little bit, and I just love it. I think it goes with it. Here's a beautiful bullfrog. Here is a beautiful peacock, vintage image of a peacock that I altered a little bit. This is a song and chorus, "Does She Love Me?" Some groups of flowers, some dragonflies, and this is the basket of flowers. So quickly, I'm just going to go through each image very quickly and tell you what I mean by digital use allowed versus handmade use allowed. They'll be in the folders. This one is only commercial handmade use allowed. This, well, I might not remember all of them. So maybe I shouldn't say it. But a lot of these, most of these you can use in your digitals. This one you can't, this one you can't. And I have reasons for those. Sometimes I don't have the rights. Sometimes I add a lot to it and I just want to keep it my own. But a lot of these are just public domain images. This one I cleaned up a little bit, but all I did was clean it up, auto enhanced it. So you can go ahead and use that in a digital kit. I think that would be a lot of fun. And then this one is no digital use allowed because I did alter it quite a bit. But yeah, so go ahead, get yours while you can still watch it come together. Okay, we're going to get into Emily's Beauties. Let's start with this journal. How cute. Look at the little frame. So these are all in the Marketplace Journals section of my website. Look at how pretty. Okay, I'm guessing this is info. It's called Rosie. Rose Cottage Recollection Paper Pad and Coffee Dyed Paper. Perfect. I love this size. It's not too small to be considered a mini, but it's not huge. It's just a in-between size, and I really love it. Look at her coffee dyed papers, her butterfly stamping. Adorable. Now, I have a few Emilys. There's an Emily Hosford, an Emily Oliver, and this might be a different Emily. From her note, it almost sounded like this was her first box of journals, so I am not 100% sure of her last name. Emily, if you're watching this, if you want to put that, you can, but you don't have to. We can just go by Emily. But as far as I know, these would be the first set of journals that I have shown from her, unless she is Emily Hosford or Emily Oliver, but I don't think she is. Look at the little, I love the page edgings. Sweet. Look at that. So pretty. This is a perfect springtime journal. Little altered paper clip. Music paper. So beautiful. Very adorable and sweet. I love the little handmade corners as well. Very adorable. Then look at the cover of this. This is fabric. It says butterflies and moths. Feels like it's a brown paper cover. And she says, this is called Days of Old. She used a recycled mailing envelope, coffee dyed papers, and vintage book pages. I'm excited to see this collection. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. So nice. Yeah, vintage book pages. Oh, there's a pretty coordinating bookmark to keep your place. Some pretty ephemera. There's real ephemera. Pull out and look at your ephemera in your journals. I was looking through a journal, through a swap I had with someone, and I hadn't pulled all the ephemera out. And I found an old letter tucked in one of the pockets. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll take this out and use some of the pages inside the letter for collage since it has old handwriting. I noticed it was from the U.S. Army 1944, and it was a letter to this gentleman's wife from World War II. So I kind of put it in my memento pile. I could not bring myself to tear that up. I thought it was so cool, and I just wanted it for my personal collection. So you never know what you might send to somebody where they're going to think it is amazing and want it added to their collection. And I've had the journal for a while. I had just not gone through every pocket. And as I was going through the ephemera in the pockets, I found that letter, and it was so cool. All right, and then look at this. Just look at it. So beautiful. Look at this tassel. So delicate. And here's, look at this beaded charm there. 2 signatures. This has elastic, so it's kind of like the Traveler's type journal. Pamphlet stitched, but you can slip out the insert. And so this is called Pink Thoughts, 2 removable signatures, coffee dyed papers, food color dyed papers, vintage book pages, and Rose Cottage Recollection. So, excuse me, this would coordinate very well with the first one we looked at because she used the same paper pad. And these colors are speaking to me right now because I've actually been working with these type of colors in a project that hopefully I'll be able to show you, if not this week, maybe next week. This will be a short work week for me. I'm taking a trip, a pleasure trip Finally, after last year not being able to go anywhere, I'm getting to go to Gatlinburg with my husband, and we have a lot of fun planned. And so Friday I will not be working, even though I normally do. So it'll only be a 4-day instead of a 5-day work week for me. So there will not be a video on Friday unless I film one ahead of time. And I do have one that I could film ahead of time. It just depends if I will have the time to film it ahead of time, if that makes sense. Look at how beautiful that is. And the little cluster. So gorgeous. I love it. Beautiful. And see, here's an example of a mini snippet roll on the edge of a page. If you're looking for something like this, check out Marketplace Supplies. Paula has some of these for sale in Marketplace Supplies. Link is below. So just go to nevermorecreation17.com and then find the section that says Marketplace Supplies. They are very decently priced. Pick up a couple of them and you'll be able to make your page edges just like that. And then this one, look at the blues and look at how she left a teeny tiny blank label where you can put a word or something. This is just gorgeous. Sweet tassel. It's fabric covered. So beautiful. I love the birds. I'm thinking, I was going to say Stamperia, but it might not be a Stamperia. It is Stamperia. Stamperia Old England, coffee dyed, food dyed. This is called Bluebird Vintage Lace. And how gorgeous is that? And she's really incorporated beautiful pieces of lace into the journal. Enjoy the journey. So this would be a very luxurious journal, treat yourself type journal to journal in, or maybe just a beautiful one for your collection because it would look so pretty on the shelf. More lace. You have some nice cuts of lace in here. Got doily hearts on the paper there. Bits of lace throughout as well. There's blue homemade paper there in the middle. Very, very beautiful and luxurious. Gorgeous. Blue rosebud. Got a little envelope. That's a gorgeous tuck spot there. So lovely. So I am super thrilled to be able to share those. She's not a supplier, but she did send these little clutches. So I'm just going to list them all together. If somebody wants to pick them up, they can. So they just look like this. They have a little accordion, and then there's bits and bobs in the tags and things to decorate your tags. So if you want them, you can get the set. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So perfect for organizing ephemera. Give them out as gifts. Treat yourself, whatever you want to do. So I hope that you did enjoy this video, and I hope you got inspiration. I know I did. It's kind of hard for me to decide what to do next because I'm so inspired in so many different directions. If you feel the same way, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see all of you tomorrow with brand new content.